I bought this 1967 Mustang with nothing but a dream and a $10,000 loan. It was a coupe, and to be honest, I never even wanted a coupe, but something about this one felt different. The original owner rebuilt it once with his dad. Now I'm rebuilding it with mine. And just the other night, I sent the original owner this picture. And I told him, hey, just wanted to give you a glimpse of where your old car is at.
This was his baby at one point. He was building this car at one point. He restored this with his dad at one point.
Matter of fact, when I bought this car, he gave me a book that he put together of everything he ever done to this car with his own personal pictures. So you can see right here, this is his car when it was done. And in my personal logbook, you can see all the work he done to the car. He stripped it, he painted it before, which is just insane. He gave this to me. Look at this is his dad and him painting the car and prepping it and doing body work. Now this is my logbook I put together of the car right here, but this is his personal book that he gave me with every single log and part and just everything in here. And he gave that to me, which makes it even more special. I have more history of this car.
So let's see later on at the end of the video what he said.
He hasn't answered yet, but today I need to stay focused because this episode isn't about his reply. It's about welding together the bones of this car, the inner structure.
Now I'm gonna start taking these quarter panels off so I can finish welding the top of the wheel well. So right here, I have to weld it on, there's two sides, like right here and here, and I have to weld it. So I'm gonna take the quarter panels off so it gives me access in here and I can weld it, but that's a lot of talking and it's a lot more to do than just saying that. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things to take off. So let's get to that now.
All right, first thing I had to do was take off the quarter panel extensions. These were just bolted on at the back, nothing too crazy, but it needed to go. Once those were out of the way, I moved on to the trunk corners. These sit between the quarter panel and the tail pan and help smooth out the transition across the back end. Clean those off both sides. Then came the tail pan, definitely one of the more recognizable parts of the 67 Mustang rear. That came out next. After that, I removed to the transition piece that actually ties the two quarter panels together across the top, basically the package tray. Now with that all gone, I've got full access to start locking in the inner structure.
So I got pretty much all of this back off. It kind of looks crazy. One day this will be a finished Mustang. I'll be sitting like this watching back. But like this is like my whole inside. It's like a garage. You could just pull right in here. Now it's actually time to take off the quarter panel. I don't know. I think it'll be super easy. I just really got to undo the bolts that hold it on in here and take this clamp off and take a few other things off and it should fall right off. There's not much that's holding this on. There's always more than you think.
I sort of forgot how many self-tappers I put into this.
Oh my God, there's another one. What the hell?
And after removing about 20 off camera, I was finally able to remove it.
There we go. We are back to just the inner structure. Now I want to go put this somewhere where it's not going to get damaged, AKA my front yard.
Now the black you guys are seeing on the inside of this panel right now is me painting it previously a couple of weeks ago because I don't want the inside to rust, and when they originally built these Mustangs they never painted them or coated them, so I just put some primer and some black Rust-Oleum on it just to protect it.
This is a familiar site for me. This is the inner structure. I had to build this entire thing. This was like 7 separate pieces. Like you can kind of see the outline. This was a piece, this was a piece, this was a piece. Under here was a piece, this was a piece, this was a piece. There were so many pieces to weld together, but that actually looks crazy. But right now what we're targeting is getting this welded into here. And now we can take off this other side. Hopefully there's not as many self-tappers.
I started to remove all the self-tappers and the door jams, making sure I got every single freaking one this time. And then finally, with a little bit of pulling, the quarter panel came right off.
There we go. That is off. Now I'm gonna go put this somewhere else. Okay. Girl, she's naked. She's a naked girl.
As I'm editing this, that sounded really fruity.
It's crazy to think I'm gonna look back at this one day and be like, I built this entire car. Literally everything. And that's not something a lot of people can say. And that's insane, huh? You guys, let me know, like, what do you think when you see this? Like, it's surreal. Like, a lot of people I watch on YouTube don't like talk about feeling and what it's like restoring it, but I want to tell you guys, like, my emotions behind this car is just endless. This car has seen me, it's seen deaths, like deaths that I've gone through. It's seen relationship stuff. It's seen family problem stuff. It's seen money stuff. It's seen me at my lowest, my best, all certain days, all random days. I come in here and I work on this car, and I have a different mood every time from the day. But at the end of the day, I have this car to work on, which is the same thing every single time, and something I have to come to and think about one day in the future. Is gonna be beautiful. Enough of that gossip, emotional stuff. I wanna weld this in. We're gonna put some self-tappers in here. It's already pretty tight with these two clamps, but I need it to be pinched on there tight as possible. And then the same thing for this side. It's already pretty tight, but we're gonna put some self-tappers in there and get rocking with that. I'm gonna put some self-tappers into this just to hold it down nice and tight.
After I put some self-tappers down to secure it tight, I use this little die grinder with a little metal tip to get all the paint out between where I'm gonna plug weld, and that's so it doesn't corrupt the weld. Then I went along with my MIG welder and did all the plug welds, cleaned it off a little bit, then I stitched it at the bottom for a little more security. You can never weld too much.
I did a few stitch welds and I did the main plug welds too. And then this is all connected. The whole car shakes. Not one part is loose. I still gotta weld this piece in here. It essentially goes like this on here, and it welds to the wheelhouse and welds to that. Not looking forward to that. That kind of seems like a pain in the ass to do.
I moved to the driver's side of the car, and then I put some more self-tappers on, and then I did literally the exact same thing. I removed all the paint inside of the plug weld hole just so nothing would corrupt, and then I ran a bunch of plug welds all the way down this back inner structure brace, followed it down with some stitch welding just to keep it a little more secure, and then it was time to prep the braces.
So I'm gonna be prepping these two pieces next. Now these two pieces are just extra support for the inner structure connecting to the wheelhouse. They literally just go like this. Right here they weld to the wheelhouse and they connect to this piece right here, and they sit like this. If they literally made their own brace here, fitting it into every wheelhouse, which is different on every car, would be tough. So this separate piece allows you just to weld it wherever it sits perfectly, and it'll be super strong and structurally sound.
Now we're back to my favorite tool, the die grinder. I'm taking the paint off here just so I can drill some holes and put some weld through primer on, and then weld it to the car.
Crazy how nice a good drill bit works, because I just bought the Harbor Freight generic set before for like 20 bucks. This one was 7 or 8, and it drills easy. So that's the importance of quality and tools that I have to learn.
So I get the drill and I begin going. So many holes, I think about 12 in each piece. And drilling this takes time. It doesn't just go right through. All of this takes time. Sanding each hole, making sure it's perfect, sanding it down, cleaning it, then putting weld through primer on. Then you have to prep the piece on the other side for paint. Remove the metal, make sure it doesn't corrupt the weld. You have to self-tap it in, get it secure, grind again, over and over. And then when you're done, you have to move to the other side. But finally, it was time to start welding it in.
All right, guys, time to weld this piece in right here. I'm gonna start with the top and then go to the bottom, and then I'm probably gonna do a stitch along it. So a little mistake by me. I actually think I welded these on the wrong side. I think this flat part was supposed to be on the other side of this, but that's not a big deal because this is all gonna be covered up regardless, so I'm not too upset about that. But sometimes you do things wrong and they will work out regardless and have no effect. You're never gonna see this, only I'm gonna know it's here, plus you guys watching, oh well.
When welding the backside of these wheelhouses in, you have a choice. You can plug weld them, which you almost have to do, to the trunk floor, and that comes from inside of the wheelhouse. But then at the back, you can sometimes run stitches along the whole side just to keep it a little more sturdy. But I went above that and decided to run a full bead along the whole thing. And I did this for 2 reasons. One, to keep it watertight, and the other one, for structural integrity. Now, a lot of people don't like this, but I decided to fully commit, and I won't have to deal with that rust anymore. But this weld took hours.
Boom, just like that, it's the next day.
Seriously, that weld took hours because I didn't want to burn through it and I was so uncomfortable. But when I finished with that, I moved on to the wheelhouse, to the bottom tail end, cleaned it off, and then I did some more stitches to secure it to the trunk floor extension.
Now I'm gonna weld down here, just stitch it, and then spot weld it on the other side.
I seriously hate talking about the door jamb still at this point, but I needed to finish off by welding these tabs in to secure it to the bottom rocker. Now these are just to provide a little support and structural integrity, so I finished off by welding that in.
So you guys can see stitch there, and I put one in the back there. This door jamb is now solid. It's fully welded except for right here, which we will get to in a bit. So when I finish those tabs on the bottom on both sides, I actually, if you guys remember, have to move on to the other wheelhouse, running that whole strip, and this was a mother pain in the ass. Alright, update. I had to get some knee pads because this concrete floor is not too nice on the knees. So I got knee pads now. They kind of suck, but I'm not going to complain about them. Alright guys, now we got a weld right here. So this piece needs to attach to this piece. It's already attached down here, but now I got to attach it up here. So I'm just going to get some clamps and clamp it nice and tight. Guys, so my friends at Yes Welder just sent me this welding helmet, and I don't mean to interrupt the video, but there's a lot of welding on this car. So I am gonna go give away this welding helmet. They sent me this to use, and I have a welding helmet. It is right here, and it is super beat up compared to this one. Let me give you a visual. But I love my welding helmet from Yes Welder. This one I've got 3 years ago, and now they're sponsoring this video. So I'm gonna give this to one of you guys. All you have to do is if you leave a comment on this video, after your comment, put the word ENZO. If you watch this far in a video, and then one of those comments I'm gonna select, and I'm gonna message you and send you this welding helmet with a little bit of lice it comes with for my hair. Don't worry about that, it will not make you sick, but I'm gonna send it to one of you guys because, I mean, what, only 3,000 to 1,000 people are gonna watch this video anyways, so you have a pretty good shot. Now, they also sent me this welder right here. This is a stick welder. It's one of the smallest freaking stick welders I've ever seen in my life. Look at that, insane. It also comes with the ground, and it also comes with the stick clamp. So I'm gonna give one of those away to you guys too, this exact one right here, but that's a little different. I'm selling some Rust to Roar shirts for my car. I actually got one coming in the mail for myself. Just to support, if you buy one of those, I'm gonna throw this into one of your orders. Only one of you. The chances anyone's even gonna buy a shirt from this video is super low, so if you do, you're probably gonna get the welder, because I have not sold one at all. I've only sold one to myself. Anyways, I don't wanna make this all about ads and sponsorships. You don't even gotta like Yes Welder, but I'm still gonna give this helmet away. It's pretty sick. I love it. Thank you. Let's continue on. So, guys, the full inner structure, it's officially welded together. If I shake this, it's fully solid, which is so cool. I'm so happy about that because it's just been self-tapped together for so long, and now we got some welds here. I'm gonna grind those down and clean them up, and then in the next video, I promise in the next video, you're gonna start to see me welding these quarter panels on because I cannot bear it. And my freaking uncle is coming home from South Carolina. He's driving here in an RV. We're watching the Bills game together, and he's the one who got me started with cars, like liking them so much, even more than I already did. And he's gonna help me weld this together, and he has a sick car too. But thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. God bless you all. Go Bills. Peace. She's a naked girl.